Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Sunny here, and today we got actually a pretty stacked global up. Today's Friday, and this stuff here should be out next maintenance. That will be Thursday the 29th. And I know I said last week, right, don't expect anything big, anything really like content-wise until Heidel Ball a month from now. And PA is like, nope. So they're actually dropping some bangers in today. I did not expect this. And as you can see, Illezra is here. So let's start out with the biggest thing being added in terms of actual content, the last Gladius. So they are adding the Illezra fight. Again, a link in the description if you want to check it out and read all the details and lore and all that. We covered it fully here at Twitch.tv/Biceptus but this will just be the TLDR version to catch you guys up. So basically they're thanking us all, 10-year celebration, the final big boss fight, and they're looking forward to the next 10 years, and there's gonna be some story and all that. Right, and also here the Black Desert main content has been continued so far, and the new Edania, the demon world, will be introduced in the near future. Another indicator that Edania will be announced at Heidel Ball next month. It really is looking like it. So, Illezra is coming. There's also a bit more here. Let me give you one more hint. The mermaid quest that was revealed last time also contains information related to Edania. So this was, I believe, the quest they added this maintenance. That would be yesterday for NAEU. Where you talk to the Black Spirit, you go and you talk to Creo and then Igor, and you make a mermaid statue. And they talk about the mermaid race and how they date back to Osekia, and they had like a colony of ruined their home city so far away that Osekia I couldn't catch it, and teasing either potentially a new class or a new area, new grind spots, new Sekria stuff, or maybe something tying into Edania, maybe something to do with the bosses there. Who knows, right? But there are some teasers here. I do think that's cool having these in-game teasers for things coming. Okay, so let's take a look at it. There she is, the White Witch. This is going to be the area. There's something here with the quest. You're going to want to do this, guys. The final battle, the Last Guardian, has been held. So you can progress through the Last Guardian through the following recommendation quest. So you pick up a quest, you need to be level 60, accepted, Black Spirit, blah, blah, blah. And you do it. Completion of recommended quest reward. Additional quests have been added that can be completed upon completing all recommended quests from instructions. If you complete all the recommended quests, you can proceed with the quest Final Choice. So once you do all the instruction quests, you can do the Final Choice quest. And normally these quests are soloable. So I assume you can solo this as well, so you don't need to do the full with a party, but I don't know yet, right? Upon completing this, you can obtain the following rewards once per family. J-Hammers, baby. So this here is the Sovereign J-Hammer that you can use to upgrade your Sovereign weapon. Well, it's an attempt, right? It's a J-Hammer. So you can get a Sovereign J-Hammer or a Karasat J-Hammer. And you also get the 50 tokens, and this is like 1 billion silver. 10 fragments, I think it's 1 billion silver. Oh, no, it's 100 million silver. I don't even know. 1 billion or 100 million, I'm not sure. Some silver and 50 tokens, and you get a J-Hammer. Next up is the recommendation. It's a 330 AP and 420 DP recommended. There is not an Elvia version. There's one version of this fight. No hard mode, no easy mode. There's just one version. Red hard fighting Asian timber. Okay, yes, that's just you go in there and how you get into it. Now there's a weekly quest as well. Just like this for the other ones, so you can get these boxes. You have here the Gladius Skibbity ship, and you get like regular stuff. You get the traces, ancient power, Digger proof and proof of covenant, and 35 Mahas fragments, like 350 million. And the box, right? And you also have a chance of getting a compass, merchant ring, and this is the Vaha earring item. So this box here is the best box so far. The rare box. You can get only Debo Raka. So you can get Debo from base to try. Guaranteed, if nothing else, a base Debo, but it goes all the way up to try Debos. No more pulling those Pry Tour belts. Alright, and yeah, that's about it. Note that if you not complete the final Gladys recommendation quest, you can still clear attraction, find Gladys content, and obtain the Req reward, even if you haven't done the quest yet. Next up is some character stuff. And we have some Deadeye getting just a quick, no big character changes. It's just the Magnus skill, that's it, right? And there's some more, but that's not for PvP or whatever, like, we'll cover it. So you get the Magnus skill here for Deadeye. It's Shift LMB. I think we have it, no, that's a different one, here we go. There's a regular version, it's like, I guess the secondary rocket. One more rocket at the end, and this here is the Mining Realm version. Right, so that's the new skill. It's 3,000 times 3, and then the second hit is 7,600 times 2, 50% crit rate, 100% crit rate on the second hit, and 25% accuracy. So that's a new Magnus skill. A bit of movement, and this one here is actually huge. So this is the other class change there is. It affects 24 classes. I believe there's 29 right now, so I guess 5 classes don't have this issue. It's the evasion roll in your pre-awakening. And this is actually a big deal for boss rushes and a lot of this like boss content that P has been spending time on. They are sort of unifying the evasion roll of how it functions. So the behavior of the evasion roll has been changed across the board, with all characters now having similar movement distance. The amount of time the character can rotate relative to the camera direction while using evasion techniques, right? Increased amount of time. And there's some videos here, we'll show it. Improve the ability to smoothly connect with other skills after using the evasive maneuver. You can only link it after it's done. This is huge, and there's more to this. So this here is the current ninja dash into this ability here. You see the distance, the turning and everything, right? We'll see it again. This is the current version of it. This is the updated version of it. Super quick, instant responsive, moves further, you can turn with it, lot more distance on it. And so this is the evasion roll of Ninja and Kuno, I believe. So they're changing these, and they're going to be similar distance. So you can look at this distance here, and that will be around the distance of the other evasion rolls for all the classes. But wait, there's more. The stamina consumption has been changed to 150 when using the evasion roll technique. The iframe effect against monsters has been changed to be applied throughout the entire movement. No longer having these gaps. It's such a huge difference between classes doing bosses, especially 8, 9, and 10. If you don't have a spammable PvE iframe, then bosses are made around that, it seems. So this right now means that you have a spammable and there's no gaps in it. A lot of classes, when they use this, have this giga gap in it at the end, so it's super unreliable, even though it's the only option people have. Huge W. The effects of the evasion roll techniques, except the PvE iframe, has been removed. So this also shows here, right, on this one, oh, that's another ability, never mind. But like some of them has like a super armor on it. It's all removed, so now it's a pure PvE iframe move. Change so that movement speed is affected when using the ability, so it's going to be quicker. An evasion move has been changed to activate by pressing direction keys twice or shift dashing. Forward move you can only do by double clicking twice, right? If there is a class-specific evasion skill that uses the same command, the skill will be activated first. If the skill cannot be activated, the evasion roll will be activated. Okay, that's pretty cool. The following changes will apply to each class based on adjustments to evasion roll. For Kuno Ninja, change so the Shuriken throw and Shuriken start techniques cannot be used while using the evasion. And Musa Meva, change so that super armor is not applied when evading with the Shachi's sword state. And Nova added evasion move. So that's a huge W for people trying to do bosses on a character that don't have spammable iframes. I've tried it on Awakening Hash, and normally I do it on Awakening Warrior and Awakening Witch, who both have spammable PvE iframes. Oh my god, it's a nightmare. So, huge W. Orbital derailment acceleration cannot be used when overweight, right? It's exceeded. Quick bug fix. And lo and behold, actual stuff to do until Heidel Ball. Arena of Solar is already coming back with a huge improvement. So already next maintenance, guys. On Thursday, Ranked Arena is back out of nowhere, and it's going to be ongoing until the maintenance after Heidel Ball. So it's going to be 1 month and 1 week of Ranked Arena. Right, so it's going to be here from May 29th until July 3rd, and that's going to be right after, right, the maintenance after Heidel Ball. Now, important to note about this is last time we had Arena Solar, PA said that they didn't want to do the PvP balance, big PvP balance changes during the season. So they were going to wait until the Arena Solar season ended, and then they didn't. They did PvE changes instead, and they talked about doing PvP changes, and now they're doing another season where they probably don't want to do PvP changes during the season. So do not expect any PvP changes for the next month, right? But to be fair, I think a lot of us at this point here had already given up on that. Most likely, they will, if they're going to do these PvP changes, they will probably announce it at Heidel Ball, showcase some of the stuff, like buffer up the content for the ball, right? Get people hyped for PvP changes that maybe never come. So it would sort of make sense. It's not going to be a big deal, but just don't expect it for the next month. Hopefully, they're going to announce it at Heidel Ball, right? This ends right after, so they could start rolling out changes right then and there. Don't get your hopes up. But here it is, and there's some good changes. There's some really good changes. Yeah, Awaken Sage, God mode. First off is the carryover rating. Depending on your rank from last season, you will start at a rating point. So if you were iron, green, or blue, you start at 700. Yellows at 800, red starts at 9, purple boys at 1000, diamond at 11, and solar at 1200. So like 100 points apart depending on your ranking. Which I think is fine, right? That way you're not going to be getting farmed by last season Solara. They're going to fight similar, but it's not too far ahead, like so you can still catch up within reads and all that. I think this is like an interesting way of doing it. I think this could work really well for BDO's matchmaking, like with new season, instead of having this MMR catch. So anyway, they're also changing the point gearing. Last season, they were going hard on win streaks. Way too hard, in my opinion. But they are changing it to 3, 6, and 11 on win streaks. 3 win streaks, 4 points per victory. 6, 7 points, and at 11, it's 13 points. So this is still going to accelerate people. Let's say a Solar player starts in a couple of weeks, right? And he's going to have giga win streaks pushing up to his 2400 rating. So, looks good, right? And in terms of gear, they are buffing evasion gear. All evasion armors are going to get plus 15 evasion across the board. And they are buffing the flame crystal in the main hand. It goes from 5 species damage, special damage, and -7 DR to 7.5 special damage. That's 50% more. And only -5 DR and -8 evasion. But if you're going for this here, you're probably going damage build. You don't really care about evasion. So it's just a giga buff. Which, to be fair, is needed with the tankiness going on right now. Next up is they're removing the Gen Vipers, the accuracy crystals, and they're also removing the Harpia crystals from Helmet. Next up, this is the W's, right? This is the W's. The gap between the total scores of both teams during a Solar Spear ranked match has been improved to not be too big. So the chance of getting Solar Incarnates versus Blues hopefully won't happen again. And they finally did it. The rules for AoS matches have been changed to prevent teams from being formed with members of the same class. No more double classes. No more. It's over. No double Zergers or 4 Zergers. The max you can get is 1 on each team. No more stacking, no more double classes, no more double Shies. You can put down the Discord Shy mains out there. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You only have to fight one Sage, and most likely you also get a Sage on your team. Now, this will probably mean that if you are playing one of these bottom classes, like Zergers and Sages, and surely a bunch of others, right, Strikers, you're probably gonna have longer queues because you can't like be put into a match with another one of those. Well, you can with one, but not multiple. So this also means that if you play a non-Fodom class, you will most likely have quicker queues at the expense of Fodom classes, assuming a lot of people play them, right? So yeah, honestly, that is what that is. Super happy to see this. It's so like, man, getting like those 4 circuit games, etc. No more. So that's pretty cool. Happy to see it. It should be fun, at least messing around for a month. Some RBF changes. They're adding Valencia to RBF. They're also changing the matchmaking. So you, instead of needing 30 to start an RBF, it's now 20. And when it pops up, at least 16 needs to accept it. Not all 20. So if 4 people are AFK after they're queued, you can still get the match going and people can start joining in. So awesome to see. For Valencia specifically here, the damage reduction and evasion rates applied when you're near to the zone thingies have been changed. Damage reduction is now minus 220, but it cannot go below 550. And evasion rate is minus 286, but cannot go below 874. So probably just more damage, right? Again, it seems like these game modes, they are sort of addressing some of the issues, right? That's good to see. Right, another one, we kind of expected this. The next 2 here we did expect, but thankfully they're in. The transportation function, they are adding more trade wagons. So for people doing crates, you can now ship 5 times as many. There's like 5 wagons instead of 1. So you can ship more stuff out, and instead of removing the regular wagons, they just added trade wagons. That's about it. There's some ocean content changes also. The Megoria Lost and Found. They reduced the probability of these by 75%, but they giga-buffed them. So when you find these out in the ocean, you can open them with a silver key or a gold key. And with silver key, this is stuff you can get. You can get, like, it's basically the same, right? It's just different probability of it. Same here, and you might be wondering, what is this telescope, the watercolor, like, what are all these items I don't know about? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's silver. So it's from 250 million silver up to 500 million silver in just vendor trash raw silver items. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. Obviously reduce the chance of getting them, but a nice bonus if you run across one. Next up is some Salt Crocodile Colony. They are expanding the numbers, and then they're moving the sharks away, basically. And as expected, the furniture change is in today. This will be out next maintenance. The updated furniture, it's really expensive. And Pig Cave just opened, so we need to bang this video out so I can go fry up some bacon. Okay, so I will try and do the simplest explanation of this. In order to get these buffs right, you can take a furniture. You can take a furniture, and you can exchange them into some remnants of spirit. You have these recipes, different recipes depending on which one you're doing, right? So you can get the different buffs. These are the buffs you can make: 15 AP, 20 accuracy, 100 health, 15 DR, and 20 evasion, the regular house buffs you use. They, do not stack with house buffs, and I don't believe they stack with themselves. The wording's a bit weird here. Do not expect them stacking with themselves. It's Google Translate, keep this in mind. There are a total of 5 different blessings, right? And you can use all of them, but doesn't mean you can get all the buffs at once. I don't believe they stack. That would be crazy. Alright, and it also says your buffs obtained spirit cannot be applied in conjunction with the regular furniture buffs. Here's the thing, every scroll seems to be selling from 15 to 60 million, so they do look to be a lot more expensive than just using house buffs. House buffs is still gonna be cheaper for the hours buffs, but the convenience of having these with you, for example, if you're grinding Osekia, you not going, I will be using these on Osekia, obviously, not having to leave and then go into your mana to get the buffs or whatnot. So the convenience is definitely there, and also for PvP, like being able to switch it up real quick. If you're out PvPing, you pop one of those, are you good to go for an hour? So those are the different versions. The recipes are here, the Remnant of the Spirit, and the parchments, right? And I believe you make 10 buffs at a time, and each one will sell for 15 to 60 mil, I guess. We'll see the exact details right when it's comes out. One black sun powder, you can make 100 at a time as well. The numbers goes up if you make 100 at a time. And here's some turn-ins you can do. And here's the list of all the exchange the spirit of the remnants. 3 when exchange these, so depending on price you get more. Down here 70 if you're exchanging breaths, 75 exchanging like the artisans and the special head and all that, and 150 with the master specials. Yeah, so that's gonna be awesome. Super happy to see it, and it would also, since all the heads are now similar in value because they turn into something else, it means all hits from all hunting is now same value, right? This would hopefully mean that other less valuable hunting options open up. Right now, a lot of the times, some of the hunting spots just aren't worth it because the furniture drop is worthless. But now they will all have similar value because they turn into the same item. So maybe this will open up some new best in slot hunting spots, some new resources then being available on the marketplace for cooking, alchemy, bloods, meats, all of that. So that's pretty cool. They're buffing the upper limit for stuffed weasel from 500,000 to 1 million silver. And they're adding a bunch of items to the auto-popping fairy. A lot of these event items and loot scrolls you can now use. Great, that's a full list here if you want to check it out. And there are a few quality of life buffs for hunting and gathering. First off, the trace, like whenever you get the buried trace with gathering, where you can get the chest, you can't keep opening it. It's so annoying. So that's fixed. They are removing some grass beetles at Narshan hunting grounds, so don't shoot them. Some of the non-hunting monsters placement in Narshan areas have been adjusted. Change the hunting area to as forest capital to prevent swarms from appearing, and the probability of getting the Millennium Ginseng has been increased by 50%. So now you'll still probably never get it, but it's something. The bad news: no fun allowed. First, they fixed the abundant fishing. It seems like they actually hotfixed it, even though they said they're gonna do it next maintenance. It looks to actually be patched in with yesterday's patch. Those bastards. So already now the abundant fishing seems to be nuked. And they are nerfing the probability of T7 and T8 horses after yesterday's patch. People are making way too much silver, they're saying, doing this. So to preserve the integrity and the long-term balance and the stability of the game economy, they are nerfing the probability of T7 and 8 generation wild horses appearing by 50%. So yeah, still gonna be good, but it's definitely not as, it's not, you got one more week, guys. Go out, do training. It is absolutely cracked. Like, hearing 2 bill an hour and it takes pretty much nothing. You don't really need gear to do this. It's crazy good, insanely good. Definitely go out and do it this week. Highly recommend. They're also adding treasure items, shining rope, and also sweet brown sugar for catching horses. Permanent items, so you don't need to buy ropes and sugar anymore. The way you get the rope is by getting Master 1, and you do a quest. And the way you get the sugar is you need to have the Crocodile stable. So you have 3 to 10 horses, you get the Crocodile stable, and then with that you can get a permanent sugar lump. I guess that's cool. Changing some weight stuff here on the event items. And no more compassing people on elephants. Next up is some improvement in convenience of attraction boss battles. This here is dope, and especially with the update of attraction coming, right? So they're going to, at least that's what they said, update attraction areas, so that's Valhalla, Yolans, and Sekrakia, into being like Osekia. Gonna be a grind spot with a boss. And what they're doing, and that's happening right now, whenever you kill a boss, you get the key to the next boss. So if you do, you kill the boss in Valhalla, it drops the key to Sikrakia, and you can go directly from Valhameka into the boss at Sikrakia. No switching around, no having to run the next dungeon. And then when you kill the Sikrakia boss, he drops the Yolen key. So you only do one dungeon run, and then you can kill all the bosses. Right? And on top of that, they are also buffing the clear speed of Valhameka. So instead of getting, when you kill the things at the beginning to make the claw, the horn, instead of getting 1, so you need to kill 5 packs, you get 2 to 3, so you need to kill 2 to 3 packs. So super good. It's gonna be a lot faster, a lot better, a lot more convenient. And they're also doubling the rate of Kraton in Valhameka. So basically, you're gonna be running Valhameka. The first time you kill the boss, and then you go straight to Sikrakia boss, straight into Yolen boss. So you can probably do all 3 in like 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes, boom, you're done. It's gonna be great with the rework and then also the buff rewards. They're adding guaranteed knowledge from world bosses when you kill them. Some added world bosses here. Doesn't really matter. For node walls and seeds, they're changing Poison Trap to be 600 damage every 2 seconds. Almost double, but no longer dismounts. And they are buffing Flame Trap's AoE range by 50%. This issue where summons could kill traps. And they are changing the Ancient Chariot from, instead of spawning 2 to 3 hours in, it's going to spawn 1 to 1.5 hour in. And they are buffing it, damage buffed by 45%, and damage dealt to flame towers by 100%. They are also nerfing the cannon, deals 25% less damage. And in capture type, it's 40% less damage. And capture type battles, base battles, it's 30% less. And then also, no more griefing Norelio when he's out grinding Olens, guys. Last week of fun, no more cannoning and KDing people that are out grinding. Yeah. You have 1 week left, guys. Remember to have fun while you can. Nothing really here. It's like some just quality of life changes, doesn't really do anything. Setting some high pets made by inspiration improves so that they maintain even leave the residence. And then just some fixes, natural looks, and all that. I checked all of this. There's nothing like game impacting in this, but you can check out the description yourself. Honestly, way bigger, way better patch than I was expecting. I was expecting just nothing. So happy to see some AoS coming back. Maybe we can finally get some Courage and Deep Seas. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below or at Twitch.tv/bprimegaming. I'll see you all in the next one.